So, you should have noticed that up here, today's essay day, we have 2 days of school, and then we have the test. I've had this up for like at least 2 weeks. One of the suggestions from my first hour class was to have a whole day dedicated to just the essay, not like give the information for the essay and then have the scoot on those 2 days. So today is just an essay day. I'm going to introduce the essay. I want to show you though, I want to show you the test. I want to show you what the test looks like so that you can actually see what the test looks like and the essay question on the test. So here's the test that I'm planning to give. It's very much like the pre-test that you got. It's 25 questions. What does blood transport? And waste. Yep. So there are 25 questions. I'm just kind of scrolling through. Look at tiny sacs where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. Yes. If you begin to exercise regularly for 7 months, what is likely that will happen to your resting heart rate? Yeah, okay. A lot of these, you should have seen all these before. There's maybe 1 or 2 that you haven't, but you read. Maybe, I haven't thought about that yet. So here's the question, okay? The human digestive system breaks down food into nutrients that our body needs. Share how mechanical and chemical digestion occurs within the body and which organs it occurs. Explain the basic components into which food is broken down. Number 1, I had somebody from this class in a reflection write down that the next time I give an essay, it should be on Google Classroom. And I took her advice and it's on Google Classroom. So if you just want a copy of the essay, it's in week 32 because this is week 32, which is where this video is going to end up being, okay? So you can answer this question. I think you can answer this question with just some things in your journal. And I'm going to move you in a minute if you keep doing that. You could answer this essay question with this, food breakdown, ISJ number 68. I asked you to draw a protein and its component parts. I asked you to draw a carbohydrate and its component parts. And then I asked you here, let me pull this out here, to show how the carbohydrates broken down and the protein broken down, how it travels through the digestive system. And then I asked you to write it over here. Some of you had really great essays right here. You could probably get an A on this essay if you did this correctly. And if you weren't sure about that, this right here. Now I had another teacher see that I made these copies. And they were like, I did not think this was yours, Mrs. Kinnett. And I was like, why did you think it was not mine? And she said, because it's a coloring page and you don't do coloring pages. And I was like, are you kidding me? Do you see all the stuff that's on here? If you were to trace how food starts and goes into your body and how it's finally absorbed into your bloodstream, you could totally follow this. You could start here, look, right here. Mechanical digestion starts with teeth. I mean, you can totally walk through here, and it tells you all the functions of each of the structures. It tells you all the functions of each of the structures, which is also right here. You guys wrote down all the, right here on these pages, right here. What's inside page 1 and what's inside page 2. The only one I don't think is on there that you need to talk about is the pancreas. All the rest of them are right here. They're all right here. So you have all this information. You probably don't even need this, but I want to walk you through it to help you write a good essay. So I'm going to pass these out. What's important to note with this is not an ISJ page. I'm not collecting it. These are your notes. I'm helping you. You want to write them down. I'm basically giving you a structure. It's going to take me about 7 or 8 minutes to do this. And then you have time on the computers. You have time on the computers to write what you need to write, do what you need to do. No, to write your essay. Okay, so I showed you the essay question. It is a very long essay question. For the purposes of this page, I'm going to shorten it. I'm going to make it smaller, but I will address all of the parts. I will try to address all of the parts as we go along. So I'm going to make this bigger so that people on the video can see it. Okay. Complete the following outline. You've completed activity 5. You can use this on the written assessment. This shouldn't say tomorrow, it should say Thursday because I'm giving you an extra day for Scoot. You may not cut and paste on the test. I'm going to say it again. You cannot write an essay and then cut and paste it in. If you need me to print it off for you, I'm happy to print it off for you. If you want to send it to me and have me proofread it, I'm happy to do that too. So this introduction could be your starting sentence. The human digestive system. And again, it's going to take me, could you get that please? It's going to take me less than 10 minutes to explain this. So if I'm going too fast, after that 10 minutes, you are welcome to come up and take this. And also the video will be on Google Classroom. So the human digestive system. Did they give you a pass?
No.
That's okay.
Where's my binder?
It's over here, sorry. It's over here. The human digestion breaks down food our body needs. Our bodies need. This is just my sentence opener. Can you use something else? Yes. I'm just giving you a sentence starter. Now, think of this as paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. We're going to start with the breakdown of food happens throughout the body. It happens throughout the whole body. I'm going to give you a second to do that. Write that down. You absolutely can, yes.
Thanks.
Okay, when we did food breakdown, we talked about this right here. I don't know if you remember this chart, and we did these. Remember these? Anybody remember what the yellow was? Yes, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are broken into individual sugars. And we did proteins, which were the colorful chains, are broken down into amino acids. And fats are broken down into fatty acids. Now again, on the test, you can't write carbohydrates, arrow, sugar. You need to explain. Carbohydrates are broken down into subunits called sugars. Proteins are broken down into subunits of amino acids. Fats are broken down into subunits called. Yep. Okay, the next sentence starter I'm going to give you here is chemical and mechanical digestion starts in the mouth. It's hard to see that's mouth. Kind of jump. I'm going to jump to the last paragraph and how we're going to start that. Digestion continues. Digestion continues through the body. Because what I want to do is I want to start listing the organs that this happens in. And I just want to do half of them here and half of them here. So do this because I want to write something down there. I want to write something down there. But where does digestion begin? Actually, chemical digestion begins there. But yes, mouth and teeth. Because if you stop for a second and your brain thinks of your favorite food. And for me, that's like onions and hamburger. Like I can smell the hamburger cooking with the onions. Like that smell to me is a little bit of pepper. Like my mouth starts watering. So technically the brain, like your brain starts and you start salivating, and which we should put here, saliva. Because in the mouth we have both chemical and mechanical digestion happening, but it happens in the mouth and the teeth. You guys could probably finish this for me. Here, after it leaves the mouth, where does it go? The esophagus first. And then where does it go? Now, it doesn't go here, but these two things help digestion. Does not go here. Yes, the liver. And that helps with bile. And what's the other one? Pancreas. And that's insulin. You don't have to write that down, but that breaks down the sugars. Anybody knows where it goes next? Small intestine first. And I'm going to put a little star here. Small intestine. Okay? That's where it's absorbed into the bloodstream. Now the cool thing about this is yesterday, you guys were, I have to do something really awesome for you guys. You guys were by far the best class playing the circulation game. I got to think of how I'm going to get you guys like some sort of special day or special treat or something. But if that blood cell is kind of fresh and has not given its oxygen away, it will also, oxygen will be absorbed into the bloodstream here. Could be, okay? So, nutrients are absorbed in here. Now think of this as a pathway. So your food's gone down, it's gone into your small intestines. Now if you eat way too much, some of your extra food is gonna go into your large intestines, but for the most part, all the good stuff in the small intestines is gonna be absorbed into the bloodstream. All the extra stuff is gonna go into the large intestines. Now, I think this is gross, but this is a good way of thinking about it. Let's say you ate a Kit Kat and you ate the whole thing, including the paper, right? Okay, so you ate the whole thing, you ate the paper. Your body is gonna take like the fat and the carbohydrates that are in the Kit Kat, right? And it's gonna eventually find its way to the small intestine. All that paper is gonna go through the large intestine. The large intestine is really for like squeezing out water, getting out all the waste. Some food gets through there, especially if you eat too much, okay? Things that your body didn't like quite digest all the way, okay? Squeeze through the large intestine. Now at that point, that's when the excretory system comes into effect too. Water comes through there. But it's held in the rectum until we squeeze it out of the anus. You guys are funny. Wait till we do sex ed. I have to teach you reproductive health.
And I learned a joke. A planet sounds like that.
Yes.
That's why I say Uranus.
Yep. Now, here's the important part about this. This is one of the reasons I'm recording. This is one of the big reasons I'm recording. If you say digestion starts in the mouth, then it goes to the esophagus, then it goes to the stomach, then it goes to the liver, which it doesn't, goes to the pancreas, which it doesn't, then the food goes to the small intestines, and then the large intestines, and then the rectum, and then the anus, you will not get an A on this. Why? Because if you flip the page over, this rubric explains to you how I grade things. If you went through and just said this food goes here, it goes here, it goes here, it goes here, And you didn't tell me at this point right here, mechanical, chemical, digestion. Where does it occur? You can also talk about transport or travel, but you need to tell me what happens at each stage. You need to say the mouth, the teeth break down the food, which is a part of mechanical digestion. You need to say that. You need to tell me the function of each of the organs. You need to say, then it goes to the esophagus. The job of the esophagus is to have food travel from the mouth to the stomach. And if you're not sure where to find that, look on the coloring page. Look on what's inside. You should have written it down in food breakdown. There are 3 different places you can find that. I mean, right now, after we're done with this, and I'm almost done with this, you can Google it if you want and put it into your essay. Okay? So you need to talk about mechanical and chemical digestion occurring, transport, and travel. Now, this essay question is the human digestive system breaks down food for our body needs. And we started with, right here, chemical and mechanical digestion starts in the mouth. We're going to wrap this up with a sentence, and we're going to talk about like food leaving the body, because if the food comes in here and it starts here, it's going to end here. So I'm going to give you, and do you have to use it? No, but I'm going to give you. Because really, the whole purpose of the digestive system is to absorb nutrients. Nutrients are absorbed into the body through the large intestine, or the small intestine, sorry. Waste exits through the anus. So as you can see, I started at the beginning and I went all the way through. I'm kind of wrapping it up. This is how the whole body is used for digestion. This is how the whole body is used for digestion. Are there other organs that aid in digestion? Yes. These are the main 9 I want to concentrate on. We have a gallbladder. The gallbladder helps. Okay?
You don't need it.
Hello? Hi. I have the best class right now. Yep, just stand down. You're all good? Absolutely. Excellent. Yes, we're happy to have them. Thank you.
Miss Knight, you don't necessarily need a gallbladder, right?
You don't necessarily, but the gallbladder aids in digestion. I mean, technically, your brain aids in digestion, because now I'm thinking, it's a mental thing that I'm thinking of when I'm laying in bed and I'm like, I really need that carrot cake with the cream cheese frosting. Like, and then I'm thinking about it and my brain's thinking about it and I get like, I start salivating. Yep. So there are other organs. There are other organs that are involved. Technically your hands, right? Because they bring the food to your mouth, right? But I just want to talk about these 9. Lastly, before I pack this up, you are not allowed to cut and paste. So if you need me to print this off, that's fine. You're nodding because you've gotten an A on every single one of your essays because you sent it to me ahead of time. Seriously. Send it to me ahead of time. I will look at it. Is this due? What are you going to do with this? Is this going to your ISJ? No. Am I collecting it? No. These are your notes. You can use what you want out of that. I've given you a structure and a guideline to show you what you should use. Question. What happens if you throw up? Then you've stopped at some point. And I'm going to turn my thing off here.